In 2018, Tsukiji Fish Market, the biggest fish market in the world, came to an end. It actually moved 2 to 3 kilometres down the coastline to Toyko Fish Market. However, what a lot of people don't know is the outer market, the good bit, where all the food is and all the tasting is, that is still here and very much alive and kicking.
Oh, those egg roll things. Like pour more egg and they like roll it, and pull it back and pour more egg and roll it.
With the freshest food and an atmosphere unrivaled throughout Tokyo, today we're going to wander through Tsukiji Market and uncover the best dishes we can find. And joining us on our morning binge is Japan's coolest man. And look, here he is now, walking down the street, desperately trying to conceal the smug expression on his face. And failing. Good morning, RYOTARO.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Welcome to Tsukiji.
What did you eat last night?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Preparation. Because I knew we were going to be eating so much today.
Good move.
How many times have you actually come to Tsukiji Fish Market?
This is my second time.
Second time
ever.
In
Seriously.
100 years.
Exactly.
100 years.
Right.
Let's go and get stuck into it later.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Calling them old as fuck.
Tsukiji's outer market is home to over 300 shops and restaurants, so knowing where to start can be a little bit overwhelming. And given we've got just 3 hours before the market dies down around midday, we want to pack in as much as we can, so today we've enlisted the help of an experienced tour guide from Japan Wonder Travel to help us with our itinerary and also help us get behind the scenes access to the market. If you're pressed for time, I recommend grabbing a guide, and I've put a link to our one in the description box below. Our first stop though is to try the dish that helped put Tsukiji on the map in the first place. Look at that, cutting through it like butter, bloody hell.
Did you see the knife? How sharp it was. Like he just kind of put little power into his hand, and like the tuna was like samurai tuna. RYS. I don't know what it is. Samurai tuna.
Tuna's a great first step if you're new to sashimi. Firm and meaty without being too chewy, with a mild, almost buttery taste that's not too fishy.
Man,
it's the most accessible raw fish, and my personal favourite. And we're grabbing some freshly cut slices.
Second all this Rona shit is over.
Almost as iconic as the tuna itself, with the huge knives used to slice and prepare the fish, known as MAGURO BOCHO. Quite literally the tuna knife. Although given it's up to 1 metre in length, to be fair, it looks more like a sword. Just be careful if you let your friend near it, as wielding the powerful razor-sharp knife can conjure up an almost obsessive effect, basically turning your friend into Gollum. Gollum with a knife.
You know what's gonna happen when it beats me off.
On a scale of 1 to terrifying sight, RYOTARO with a sword, pretty much top of the list, I think.
That's great, dude.
I want to show the world that you don't mix shoyu, soy sauce, with wasabi from the beginning. What you do is you take some wasabi, put it on the top of the fish, the slice of fish, in this case tuna, and dive into the mouth.
Nah, fuck that. I just mix it.
How is it? How is the tuna?
Amazing. Oh yeah. It's always a lot of fun seeing tuna being prepared and then eating it. Like that knife, I want a knife like that.
And actually it shows you how sharp it was, but actually just looking at the surface of the tuna. And it's very clean.
Yeah, there's no imperfections. The blade is so smoothly just sort of cut through it.
Imagine if I cut you.
Imagine if I cut you. It's supposed to be a light-hearted, enjoyable morning of food, and you turn it into some sort of violent...
You could just say, you're not going to see any imperfection of my body. That's the...
You're ruining the moment. Ruining the moment. Having received awkward death threats over breakfast, we next head down one of Tsukiji's many lively alleyways to watch our next dish being prepared. Beautifully fluffy tamagoyaki rolled omelette.
Yeah. What the fuck?
One of my favourite things about Tsukiji is the
my
little
whole
alleyways
screen
down the
just
back
flashed.
where all the food is produced. Here,
Oh, the video
see
froze.
this production line of tamagoyaki omelette being cooked.
Oh, fuck.
I never
Google
knew it, but
Chrome,
the
why?
Tamagoyaki, the omelette itself, it's pretty big. Usually
What are you
only
doing?
get kind of a thin slice, but here you can see how big they are. They're about that big. That big. Omelettes are one of the few things I can cook, so I feel a special affinity with this place.
I know
One of the
fucking
3
working
things
now.
I can cook.
Fucking
What
dude.
are the two?
Chicken salad.
It's still
There's
let me
only 2
pause
things
it.
I can cook. It's awkward.
What's so different about it?
There it goes. Okay, hold on. Oh, now it's fine.
Japanese
Now
omelet
everything is
quite
responding
often
again.
it's kinda,
Okay.
it's a bit sweet.
Thanks,
This
computer.
omelet is made out of egg, salt, and a dashi, the broth, and sugar. It's quite heavy.
Wow. It's beautiful. It's a little bit sweet, and because of the dashi, it's kind of got a subtle fishy flavour to it. It's very fluffy. Can break apart nicely. Whenever I get an assortment of sushi, my first favourite thing is the tuna. Second, tamagoyaki.
No kidding.
Third thing, salmon.
Like sea urchin, stuff that. Like, oh no, come on, man.
I can't do sea urchin. But I made short
Can't
work
do
of
sea
that.
urchin?
I think my favourite thing about Tsukiji Market is the whole thing feels like
Look
one
at that
big
unagi,
film
dude,
set.
too.
True.
I don't know.
Like almost like a Blade Runner with the food.
Blade Runner with food. That's the best description I've heard of anything. My favourite film combined with food.
Exactly. That's what this is. That's
Perfect.
where we're at. If you're not into raw fish, definitely this grilled fish cake is the way to go.
As you can see, it's kind of grilled, same kind of way. Skewered meat is cooked over a small grill. So it's fish that's been sliced together and grilled, and
It almost
it's
looks
a bit
like
like
chicken.
the texture of a crab stick. But if you imagine crab sticks, then imagine something
Like a
that's
chicken
good.
nugget on a
That's
stick,
what a
as
fish
it
cake
kind of
is.
looks like.
It's actually quite a popular dish in Sendai, where Ryotaro and I both live. But in Sendai, it's just the fish cake. They don't actually grill it or fry it. Here, they deep fry it and then they grill it. Is it healthy? Kind of, but probably not, because it's just grilled and fried, and every form of cookery under the sun is performed on this fish.
Unhealthy, it's good.
You heard it here first. Well, I think everyone knows that deep down.
Exactly.
Tsukiji Market isn't just Blade Runner
True.
with food though, it's also Blade Runner with alcohol. And even though it's just gone 10 AM, it's a great excuse to wash down the first 3 courses with a cup of sake for one of the market's standing bars. This is organic sake from Chiba. I've got some dried mushroom as well, some dried shiitake mushroom to go with it. I love drinking sake out of these masu cups because with sake they put a lot of emphasis on nature. Obviously they use the rice harvested from the fields, they use naturally running, occurring mineral water, and so to drink it out of wood as well, it feels like the perfect accompaniment. It's just the right amount not to get drunk as well, because it's only 10:24
Look at those
AM.
tourists in the background.
Oh yeah. It's not dry at all, this one. The content of sake is about 14%. It's the same as wine, but it doesnn't have the same sort of strong
What the
flavour
fuck?
as wine.
Okay,
So
hold
it's
on.
quite
I
a
think I need to
deceptive
close
drink.
it
You
on
can have
you.
a few cups and then it hits you
That's
like
not
a truck.
responding again.
From the sake shop, I got this.
Let's fix this. Hello? Game? Oh, my mouse isn't moving. Damn, dude. I don't know what it is about Oni, but Oni in particular, like, has the worst issues when trying to, like, watch a video or something else while streaming. And closing it just slows it way the fuck down. I have no idea why. It just must be the resources it uses.
Lucky boy. So like you can, when you actually go back home, you can drink sake with this thing and smell the wood.
Smell the wood. If, like Ryotaro, you find 10:40 in the morning is a little bit too early to enjoy the smooth taste of sake, and indeed too early to smell the wood, there are plenty of healthier alternatives, such as Japan's world-famous green tea.
Okay, apparently there are like 3 really famous tea shops in the Tsukiji Market, and this is one of them. And what they actually serve for free to try is this tobikiri from Nakajima Farm. And according to them, that they say this really special method called Nakajima farming method.
Don't mock the
I know
Nakajima
what I said.
farming method.
No, I know what this was.
I heard
That's
that
what it
term.
said.
Can you taste that? Can you taste the Nakajima farming method?
I do indeed, actually. This is has got the deeper flavor than the ordinary like tea that I always buy from the vending machine, at least. Professional shop.
What a terrible comparison. It's better than the stuff I got from the vending machine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
thanks to Nakajima
I don't think
farming
that's a
method,
high mark to
this
beat.
tea is a little special because normally they harvest these tea leaves in later April, and they actually make tea, just normal tea, straight out of it. But they actually make the leaves mature until they wait until the fall, and they dry it and then make tea. So actually the flavor of the tea is actually a little deeper than the ordinary tea that they actually make in April.
When it comes to tea in Japan, I'm always impressed how much effort goes into it. In the UK, we get some hot water, we stick a bag in it, job done. Here, it took him like 10 minutes to prepare this tea. But it deserves that kind of preparation. When you take a sip of it, it just tastes so fresh. It feels like they've harvested the leaves just this morning. Really fresh taste to it. A little bit bitter, but really nice. Should have probably had this before the sake. Do you reckon green tea and sake could work as a combination?
Yeah, probably.
It's your invention.
That's my invention.
Yeah. Let's see how it comes
Put it on
out in the
Wikipedia.
market.
sure it
Put it on my
exists.
Wikipedia page.
No one buys it.
Chris Broad.
But at the
invented
same
green
time,
tea
you
sake.
wouldn't
Haven't actually
probably
done it
get
yet,
very
but I
drunk
will.
from
Should
it
take this
because
cup, go back to
there's
the
a lot of
sake shop,
caffeine in
blend it
tea,
together
so
to create the
you would
ultimate
be
drink.
stimulating and
The health
depressing at the
benefits of
same
tea
time.
with the drunken benefits of sake.
Sounds very Chris Broad.
So it would be kind of like a waste.
With
in a
RYOTARO
way.
having trashed the Nakajima farming method, we quickly move on to our next stop, to come face to face with one of Japan's most commonly used ingredients and the world's hardest food.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce world's hardest food.
World's hardest food?
And Guinness actually was recognized by Guinness.
Really?
This is a bonito fish flake. They call it katsuobushi in Japanese. And they actually go into flakes. They actually shave it on the shaver here. And then they shave it and it becomes into flakes. And you actually taste it.
Stuff it into your face, all over the floor, still coming out of his mouth.
They actually mature the fish a very long time. For a
I'm
very
assuming
long
he's
time, and
able
they
to
make it
do
as
that
hard
because,
as
like,
possible.
Do you think the
Why else would they
sword
put it
that
out
we
there?
saw earlier could cut through the world's hardest fish? Or the world's hardest food in general? You could kill someone with that.
Actually, you can. It's the world's hardest food ever. Can I? I can either cut you with the samurai sword, the sashimi sword, or I can just hit you with this.
Unbelievable. If he's not threatening to have me killed with a knife, he's trying to get me killed with the world's hardest fish. When I think of bonito fish flakes, I think of okonomiyaki. If you look at an okonomiyaki pancake, it comes layered with the stuff, and it really gives it a nice, rich, salty, slightly fishy taste. Despite being thinner than paper, each flake packs a real punch. I can't believe this is the hardest food in the world. Guinness World Record level fish. You could quite literally kill someone with this. And what a way to go it would be.
I mean, yeah,
Before I
you're
become
upside the head.
dangerously tempted to beat RYOTARO to death with the world's hardest fish, we head on to our final stop, a standing sushi bar, which is quickly filling up with hungry salarymen sneaking out for their lunch break.
So, we are at the end of the tour, and sushi has got the honor of closing. We've got salmon, yellowtail, and steamed prawn, squid, and grilled salmon, and the rolled salmon and tuna, and it's a mashed tuna.
Hell yeah.
Which is your favourite?
Actually,
have
I
to eat
love
after this 'cause
yellowtail.
I'm hungry.
This is my favorite.
Yellowtail?
Yellowtail, yeah.
Why?
It's just so good. Melts in your mouth. This is my second time saying it, but it melts in your mouth.
I think this might be my first time having sushi while standing. Quite popular throughout Japan, throughout Tokyo. The reason I've never done it is just because I'm incredibly lazy. It's got something quite fun about it all. People come in here, they come from work, they come from the office, they're in a hurry, they come in, they get their plate of sushi, eat it, and then run off back to work. So it's all about speed and efficiency. And with sushi chefs, as you can see, they're so damn quick at preparing the food. I said my favourite things earlier when I had sushi were tuna, tamagoyaki, and salmon. Got salmon and tuna in abundance here. I'm particularly excited about the seared salmon. They take a bit of salmon, raw salmon, flame grill it, and it releases this beautiful smoky grilled scent.
Would you really call that grilling though? Or it's torched?
What's that? What does that even
Very
mean?
good.
Oh, right.
Don't say it.
You did quotation marks without saying anything. Makes almost
We're saying it silently.
Right, sure.
I can't.
This was my fourth visit to Tsukiji in about 7 years now, and though the wholesale market may have gone, it's still the premier place in Tokyo for tasting as many dishes as you can in one morning. Today was also the first time I felt like I'd scratched the surface, thanks to the Japan Wonder Travel tour guides helping us behind the scenes. Whether it was witnessing tuna being expertly prepared, peeking behind the scenes into the tamagoyaki kitchen, or walking off with our own sake cups to smell the wood. If you're in Tokyo and want to experience the tour of the market, you can find the details to their website in the description box below. The order of the tour may differ slightly, but if you're only going to drop by once, I highly recommend checking them out so you can see and taste as much as possible during your visit. And so concludes our fantastic tour of Tsukiji Fish Market.
Indeed.
What was your highlight?
Tuna samurai.
Oh
the
my
sword.
I've never been as scared as
You
the
look like
moment we
Tate
saw you
George
clutching
or
that
some
sword
shit.
earlier today.
And I'm hoping to get one for my own.
Well, don't think that's a good idea. For me though, my highlight was the fish. Bonito fish
World
flakes.
hardest food.
Honestly, I would love to have a duel with you. You can have the sword.
Yeah.
I'll have the fish.
Fish.
We'll see who can
Street
win.
Fighter 2.
That fish was so bloody hard. You could build a rocket ship out of that stuff. As always, thanks for watching the.
Yeah, alright, dude. Yeah, rocket ship. Yeah, sure thing. That's what we'll build out of that bonito fish. Yeah. All right. Well, while Oni's starting up, I am gonna go make some food real quick. So I'll be right back.